Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. And today's episode is going to be a continuation of yesterday's lesson in insanity. We're continuing to watch what is happening. There are major nationwide protests directed at Tesla and Elon Musk. Now, one very specific issue is raising its very ugly head in this ongoing boycott, protest, domestic terror attacks by the unhinged left over a duly elected president and a person who happens to support that president. Now, if you look at Tesla's business model, they have the following cars. You can start with the Tesla Model 3, then you go to the Y, and then you proceed to the S, and then the X. So the X is a high-end sport utility type vehicle. The S is a luxury sedan. Now, you're going to be a fairly well-off person who is purchasing a Tesla Model S or a Model X. One step down from those two is the Y, which is essentially another SUV, and then the 3 is a coupe, is a economical variant of Tesla's electric car made for the mass population. Now, what's very interesting is the owners of the Tesla S and the Tesla X. Where are they going to go when they burn their Teslas, or they trade their Teslas in, or sell their Teslas, or drive them off a bridge into the water to have them start spontaneous combustion due to the salinity of the water? That doesn't happen, does it? No, absolutely not. Anyway, so the owners of the lower priced Teslas, the Model 3 and the Model Y, they are probably going to divert their attention towards a traditional ICE car, a manufacturer of automobiles that were making cars that relied on the internal combustion engine and have migrated over into the EV space. Now, these, you can find more economical variants of those cars in that ICE space. Now, for those unhinged leftists that own the Tesla Model S, the X, the Plaid, maybe even a Y Plaid, where do they go? Well, they want a high-quality, long-range electric vehicle. And there's one company. I am not going to say the name of this company. I am not targeting this company. I don't want to target this company. What I am targeting is the ideology that is making individuals burn their Teslas and then gravitate towards this company without fully understanding the complete background of said company. And I think some of you may be catching on to where I'm going with this. Maybe not. But there is a company, an EV company out there, that provides a very high quality, much higher quality than a Tesla, long-range sedan. And those owners of the Tesla Model S and the X are starting to gravitate towards this company. Now, here's the kicker. On the surface, this company appears to be an American company, which it is. However, it is owned 60% by a certain individual. And that individual is, are you ready? Are you ready to roll the drums? This is where the modern American left is starting to purchase their car. Ah, there he is. There he is, MBS, the legend himself. He's pointing fingers. Here we go. There he is. He's laughing now. He's got the chuckles because he is laughing last. So this company, which I'm not going to say the name of, is owned 60% by an ultra-conservative, theocratic monarchy. He's laughing. He is laughing so hard, he's going to wet himself. Absolutely. He's incensed. He can't believe this is happening. But yes, these far leftists that are burning their Teslas have now decided that it would probably be better, instead of going with an American company, to go to another American company that just happens to be 60% owned by a theocratic, ultra-conservative monarchy who, wait for it, makes most of their money from the oil and gas industry. That is hilarious. That is the ultimate lesson in insanity. Think about that for a moment. Just the whole dynamics of this. You have a San Francisco left coast company that is very progressive, or claims to be, that is essentially owned, again, by a theocratic, ultra-conservative monarchy that makes most of its money in oil and gas. That's why this guy is laughing. And yes, many of these, what are going to be former Tesla owners of the Model S and the Model X, because those are the only ones that can afford this said car, have decided that, well, instead of giving it to Elon Musk and Tesla, we're going to give it to a theocratic, ultra-conservative monarchy, theocracy. Absolutely incredible. And that is why good old MBS is laughing his ass off. Again, another lesson in insanity. Have a good day.